Welcome back to another episode of Best Easy Minecraft Farms, where we're going to be going over the easiest and best Minecraft farms. And today we're going to be going over this iron farm right here. Now this thing is super compact. There's no redstone. It has really good rates, about 300 iron ingots per hour. And you can build this on day one if you wanted. Here's how many iron ingots and poppies we get in 1 hour of AFKing at this farm. That's 318 iron ingots an hour. In this video, we're going to be going over how these iron farms work. We're going to be going over a materials list so you know everything you need to have to actually make this farm. And then we're going to go ahead and build this thing block by block so that you guys know exactly how to build this in your own world. In order for iron farms like this to work, you need to have villagers in a place where they can all sleep in their own separate beds and claim those beds. You need them to be scared sometimes by this zombie, but not all of the time. And we can achieve that by this zombie hopping up and down on these trap doors. And you're also going to need a spawning space for the iron golem to actually spawn on with a kill mechanism. I have these two farms spaced out far enough to where they'll both spawn iron golems, as you can see right here. And that's because they're far enough away. If I made these closer, then these guys over here would be seeing the iron golems that these guys are spawning, and they would think that they are protected and they wouldn't spawn any new iron golems. We're also controlling where the iron golems spawn with this spawning platform up here. We have to put this a little bit in the air so that no iron golems can actually spawn down here, because if they can spawn down there, then we're not controlling where they're spawning and we can't kill them off and collect their items. We're also using a trick with these trap doors where the zombie thinks that he can hop up on the trap door when he really can't, and that makes him hop up and down. So these guys, all the villagers, can see him some of the time, but they're not able to see him all of the time, and he's not able to hide all of the time. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and I would really appreciate it if you left a subscribe. It's free, it takes about 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you really want. You can play on a server with me and the rest of the patrons and receive some other really cool benefits by becoming a Patreon today. Here are all the materials you need to build this farm. The building blocks and the walls, you can use whatever building blocks and walls that you want. Same goes for the spruce slab, the fence, and the trap doors and the signs. You can use whatever type of any of those you want. This is just how many of each item you need. And we also need the 5 hoppers, 2 glass panes, 3 beds, a bucket of lava, bucket of water, 1 zombie, and 3 villagers. And I'm going to show you guys how to get the zombie and the villagers into place later on in the tutorial. If you are building a second module of this farm, make sure that you build it at least 17 blocks away from the closest iron farm that you have set up. If you're building a brand new one, it doesn't really matter where you put it, just make sure that you have enough room to build it. The first thing you want to do is count up 7 blocks from the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this is where we're actually going to start the farm. The first block that we need to place is a fence right there. Then we're going to go ahead and put a trapdoor facing backwards, just like so. Then we're going to put another trapdoor by shift clicking this and putting that one right there, and then we can shift click the side just like that to put in the side, and then shift click this side like that, and then click it again to make the little area for the actual zombie. Then you can once again shift click the trap door that is in front right there and put in this solid block right here, and now this is the area where the zombie is going to be, and that is all done now. You can get rid of these temporary blocks underneath the fence. We don't need those anymore. We're going to put down another temporary block right here, right in front of the trap door. And now this is where we are going to place the beds for the villagers. Shift click the one bed to put down the other beds. Just make sure that you have 3 beds that are side by side, just like this. Now we're going to start by putting in some slabs. Make sure you get the top half of this block that is 1 block above the bed, just like that. And then we're gonna just make a little cradle area for the actual villagers so they can't get anywhere, and we're just gonna make it look just like that. Now this is where the villagers are gonna go in. They'll be able to reach their beds, and then they'll be able to see the zombie only some of the time with these restrictions from these slabs right here. Next, it's time to make the spawning platform for the iron golems, and we're gonna start that just like that. We're gonna go from the block where the zombie actually is gonna sit, 1 block further, so right there, and then we're gonna go ahead and make this so that it's 6 blocks long, just like that. And now we're gonna make it so that it's a 4x6 platform, all solid blocks that are gonna spawn the iron golems on. Right now the farm should look like this with your 6x4 platform. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and put in the walls that are gonna be trapping the iron golems in place. So go ahead and just surround the whole outside of the spawning platform in these cobblestone walls or whatever wall you want to use. And you don't actually need the walls in the corners like so. I like taking them out of the corners and getting my walls back. It makes it look a little bit cleaner in my opinion. The next step is to put a chest underneath that block just like that, and then put a hopper going into that chest. Now, sometimes the items will slip out of these cracks. So what we need to do is we need to put some hoppers just like that to make sure that if any items do slip out of these corners right here, they're gonna get picked up by a hopper and end up in the collection system. And you can make this a double chest if you want. You can just make it a single chest. You can do whatever you want with this storage system. It doesn't just have to be this one chest. This is a quick vibe check. Let me know how hard you're vibing down in the comments below. And if you're vibing hard, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can join the Dusty tribe. Cool, let's get back into the video. Now it's time to put the bucket of water in the corner just like that. All of the water should feed into the hoppers and there should just be one dry space where that hopper is right there. Now what we need to do is bring up the walls in this corner up by 2, and now we need glass panes. These glass panes help the iron golems not get stuck on the walls right here. If we brought it out with a wall just like that, the iron golems would get stuck and they wouldn't always die from the lava. So we do in fact need these panes here. Now on the panes, what we need to do is we need to click them and put the signs on them on the front just like that. And then what we can do is go ahead and put a sign down below like that. And then we can put our lava bucket right in this little pocket that we've created. And we can put that up in the air just like that. And then that's going to kill the iron golem. And then all the drops are going to go in there. Now it's time for the hardest part. And that's actually getting the villagers and then the zombie into place here. So to get these villagers into place, it's actually pretty easy. What you need to do is you need to set up a staircase going up to the beds. You need to wait till it's nighttime, and then you need to get the villagers close enough to these beds that they actually want to pathfind to them at night. Once you make the staircase and you open up their path a little bit of help, they'll end up in these beds. Villagers can be really annoying to work with, so you need to have patience when doing this. But eventually they'll get back into place, and then what you can do is put the walls back up and make sure that you take down all of the blocks that you put in to actually get them here. Now we have all our villagers in place, and the very last step is to actually get a zombie into this spot here, and this is probably the trickiest part of this whole design. What I recommend doing to get a zombie in here is to make a staircase just like this. Make some railing on the side so he can't hop off the side. Go ahead and get a slab, put it right above where this slab is. Then we can get rid of this slab so that we can walk across this. This part's kind of tricky because you have to lure the zombie up. As you can see right now, I'm actually in survival, so I can go ahead and lure him up, walk across this. Oh, it looks like we got multiple zombies. But yeah, essentially you come in here, get the zombie into that hole. Once he's in the hole, you need to put a trapdoor above his head, and then you're good to go. He will stay in place. Now that you have that zombie locked in place, make sure that you put back in the railing so the villagers can't leave. You can get rid of this temporary block and all of these temporary blocks now. Now that you have that zombie in place, the farm is all done. You're gonna start collecting iron. As you can see, we already have 15 iron in there from when these guys were scared from getting the actual zombie in there. Cool, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, definitely ask me in the Discord. And if you want a world download, just request it in the Discord and I'll give it to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you can make this in your world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.